Hey everybody, it's a Loyal Gamer welcoming everyone back to Let's Play Ark the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits. Alright, so in the last episode we met this mysterious, spiritual being, and in this episode we're gonna find our mommy and tell everything that we saw. So, alright, let's get going. Okay, so yeah, I basically had the trippiest scene ever. No, I did not. I don't know if that was just our imagination. Obviously it wasn't, but... Spirit of the Wind. Are you alright in the head, Karg? I don't think he is. Oh! Maybe our little Karg here is a chosen one. Alright. Scrap tattoo. Alright. Well, let's get going. Alright, so... basically, I should go ahead and explain all the mechanics of this game. So this is basically going to be like a tutorial... This is going to be like the tutorial video right here. Basically, you press a menu with the triangle, and then you have your characters displayed right here. So, right now, they're starting off pretty weak, obviously. Level 3, Level 2. Karg, Paulette. You can basically, it's actually a very neat system, because you can check the skills right here. So these are going to be our special moves. And special moves are basically granted to the humans of the game. Obviously, Deimos know magic, or as I like to refer to them as Deimos, but we'll get to that. And special moves are basically like, well, they're special moves, I mean, what else are they? They can basically be learned as you level up, and the classes, which are the stars over here, they basically denote the level, or overall level. So these are pretty basic special moves right here, so they're only going to get 1 star. Usually the more advanced special moves and magic spells are going to be about like maybe 4 or 5 stars. So yeah, the lower the class, the more basic the spell. And eventually at the end of the game, you're pretty much not going to want to like use these lower rate spells anymore, unless if you're really low on spirit stones, which is usually, you know, that never happens unless if you're really careless. Yes, I should go about the spirit stones. Spirit stones are basically going to be your magic points, or MP, for this game. So basically, spirit stones are consumable, so the more spells you cast, the more spirit stones you consume, and obviously each spell has a quantity of how many spirit stones it will consume. So One Last Chance, which is the name of the special move, will consume 12 spirit stones each time you use it. If you run out of spirit stones, or if you just don't have enough to run the spells that you want, then you're not going to be able to cast any spells until you either find or buy more spirit stones, whether they be on the battlefield, pardon me, or in a store. And you can buy them relatively cheaply in the store. They do go up in value, however, so in a way this is sort of like your fuel or your gasoline. And towards the end of the game, they're going to be quite a bit more expensive, so you're going to you basically need to roll in the dough here in order to actually make sure that you're up on spirit stones. Alright, so let's see. Obviously you have your attack and defense ratings. You can go more in depth by looking at the status. And you have like your little cool little graphic right there. You have your health points, items. There's a certain amount of items you can carry. Those are obviously expandable as you get more items to carry more items. Obviously you have your speed here, your counter, your movement. Movement is very important within this game, especially since movement, well... Ark the Lad, like this game in particular, it plays as a tactics game, but it's like a hybrid tactics game. The first 3 Ark the Lads are tactics games in terms of the way the battle system rolls. It's like a mixture of Final Fantasy tactics with Holy crap. It's basically a mix of Final Fantasy Tactics with Secret of Mana, I think. But this game is sort of like... the battlefield is isometric. It's hard to explain, really. And basically you have to align characters with enemies in order to attack them. So movement, the more movement you have, the larger grid you will have on the battlefield. I guess that's basically how you would go about explaining that. Then you have your avoid, your crits, your hit, your guard, all of that stuff. Elemental defense, all of that gets accounted for later on once we get more advanced items here. And you have a whole new weapon sharpening system. It's not sharpening like Suikoden, but it's more like layering. It's really different, it really is. Obviously you have your items right here, and then every character has spirit stones. And the good part about it is that your party items has its own spirit stones too. So any extra spirit stones that you might find on the battlefield or in treasure chests, they all go here, and you can distribute the party's spirit stones throughout the characters' inventories. So that's really nice. Weapon parts, accessories, these are basically your general list of all the stuff you can augment your character's weapons. And accessories are obviously meant for adding on to defense. And then you have your story items. So much crap to explain. Obviously we have money down here, which I called gold. For some reason that says gods or something like that. I thought I always said gods. I don't know why they would name their currency that, but I always call it gold. Because I can, really. And is that it? Well, no, obviously we have equip. This is how you equip items, and we'll be going over that in a bit when we actually have money to work with. But for now, you know, that 200G is not really going to do much, so... yeah, and stuff can get very expensive in this game, but luckily there are items that obviously boost your earnings in terms of getting the gold, and I do believe that is it, other than the options. And the options are very self-explanatory. You have vibration on, message speed normal, and battle voices. If the battle voices annoy you, you can turn this off, but I'm so used to having them on, I'm just going to leave them on like that, so... if you find them to be annoying, I'm really sorry, but, you know, it's an essential part of the game that makes it stand out from the others. I mean, it's sort of like an Arcblad tradition where, you know, the characters have their own battle cries and stuff like that, so that's basically how that works. Whew! I really hope I explained all of that clearly. And here's the equipment shop clerk. And yeah, this system is really easy. I mean, I know it's a whole bunch of information, but it's really not that hard to learn. And you could get a whole bunch of stuff like good herbs, or herbs in general. They basically heal your characters. Revival medicine. Obviously revives your characters when they pass out. Antitoxic nuts that cure poison. This cures sleep. That cures stickiness. Stickiness is not something that you're going to be encountering as much, hopefully. Painful needle cures silence. I always thought that was funny. Green memory grass cures confusion. Then you have paralysis, and sloth. Sloth's an interesting status. Stone. And then this stuff you can basically chuck at the enemy for damage without having... If they're out of your range, that they're going to be pretty good for that. So, and again, I'll explain how everything works, and then you can buy your spirit stones like that. I think they usually cost like 1 to 2 gold per stone, so you can buy them in bulk for pretty cheap in this part of the game. Weapon parts, accessories, there's stone coating. We're going to be getting stone coatings for just about everybody once we get the money for it. Obviously, these are going to be really expensive. Amethyst coatings are really good, but obviously we're not going to afford those for a while. Gunpowder is also very good to put on Paulette, I believe. Mainly because she kinda is fire element herself in a way in terms of attacks. And they do work very well on some enemies, but on other enemies they can actually have a resistance to fire, so you gotta be careful about that. Aiming device is pretty good. Obviously it only takes off like mitigates one of your speed, and it drastically increases your hit. and one of your mentality too, but you're not going to be casting a whole lot of magic this early in the game, so I highly recommend the aiming device for everybody. It's very good. Thorn of Revenge also is very good. And that's basically about it. In terms of accessories, I would only bother getting leather armbands at this point. You're not going to need stone holders immediately. Selling items, we don't have anything. So that's how the shop system works. And we have already spent 10 minutes just talking about random crap. Isn't that amazing? I think so. Alright, so we were going to Scrap Plateau, were we? Is this the correct way? Yes, it is! Oh crap, it's been a while since I playtested this game, so I might be a little fuzzy on a few things. Alright, so enter Scrap Plateau. This is a very important area of the game. A lot of important events go on here, so keep that in mind. One of those important events is being witnessed right now. So we have a bunch of these marsupial-looking things. Oh man, and they kick too. That hurts, get off. Yeah, again, with the steampunk environment, you have steampunk goggles on them right there. Yeah, these are called Squirrels, and they suck, basically. They have a very... They don't have a very high, but a relatively high avoid rate. So they can easily dodge your attacks, as well as, you know, be very fast. So they can be hard to hit. Another thing that I really need to mention about this game in particular, including the rest of the Ark the Lads, this game has a very unique and amazing soundtrack. It really does. It's a mix of classical, J-rock, industrial, it's a whole bunch of things combined into one, and it just works. You know, you don't really encounter a lot of soundtracks in video games that are that diverse, yet just kind of blend in seamlessly. Go and hide somewhere safe! But thank you! But luckily, Squirrels aren't that much of a problem. But we get to show off the battle system, hopefully real quick. Alright, so this is what happens before each and every single random battle, boss battle. Basically, you have the ability before each and every battle to heal up, adjust your items, party items. You can do spirit stones, weapon parts, accessories. You can do the whole 9 yards right before each and every battle, and I think this adds like a whole nother level of control to what you can do with your characters. It makes the battles much easier, and you can prepare for each and every battle strategically, especially if you do a lot of item swapping in between characters, which is really handy. You can also upgrade your skills. You can learn new skills right on the fly. For Deimos, it would obviously be magic right here. And yes, as I said, the game works on 2 chapters, so yeah. You can equip things, but I think we'll just go ahead and start for now, before I inundate you with too much information. Get rid of the Squirrels. Okay, so this is basically how this works, and it's really, really neat. I really love this battle system. Basically, this is the area that you move in, and the more movement you have, the larger the blue area. I like to call this area the gay blue thing sometimes, because sometimes, depending on the environment, like this thing right here, like sometimes it'll completely block off your blue area regardless, and it's just really frustrating to just navigate around. Well, it kind of leaves you in the open. It basically leaves you vulnerable for enemies sometimes, so... sometimes it leaves you just short of attacking the enemy. Like, you can't move beyond this point, and obviously if you hold R1, that basically displays your hit area. So the larger your hit, the larger the yellow area, and the more enemies you can hit simultaneously. So that's how that works, and obviously you're not going to be able to hit the Squirrel here. So you're basically just going to have to like keep Karg back here and basically lure the Squirrels in to your area. So unless if you can do a special move, which it kind of expands your hit area a little bit, but you have to consume Spirit Stone, so there's a strategy in that. And Paulette is obviously little bit of a long distance character. Not that much. She's more like a medium range, but she can hit for more narrow distance than Karg. And obviously, if you hold R1 button, then you can obviously determine where your hit area is. And yeah, everybody has their own little battle cry, which is really cool, and for some of them, it can be very annoying, so yeah. We'll just move Paulette up here. Make sure that you're always facing the enemy, because if an enemy hits from behind, that decreases your chances of avoiding their attack, I think. Yeah, so Susquel Squirrels, I didn't know this from memory, but Susquel Squirrels usually move 2 spaces. So some enemies move more than that, some enemies move less, so it really depends on where you position your characters on the battlefield. And as you can see, thanks to my wider hit area, I'm able to hit 2 squirrels at once. Die! Alright, so what we just saw there was we basically hit 2 squirrels at once, and Karg blocked that one attack and received less damage for it, so that's really neat. And obviously with Paulette, since her area is more narrow, awesome, we got a critical hit. And we killed both of them at once. That is awesome right there. Alright. So yeah, this episode might be a little bit longer, so yeah. So you can use the pickup command. All you have to do is hover over the item and press X, essentially. But that's what that does. And obviously we're getting hit by the enemies because they're attacking from the sides. And yeah, they're attacking from behind. Alright, so a few things that we need to take note and do here. You'll notice that Karg has a blue aura around his arms, and if you look at the third bar in the center of the screen there, he has a TNS bar, and that's completely filled up with blue. What that basically does is that enables you to hit a combo on these enemies here. So basically you can wipe these 2 enemies out in one hit, and I'll basically show you how that works, just as long as this one. Let's okay, blah, 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 blah. Let's just say that you're able to hit these 2 enemies at once, which can you? Fortunately, you aren't, so I'm just gonna wait to spend this. But basically what happens, if you're able to hit 2 enemies at once with a full TNS bar, and if another character is close by, you can basically annihilate teams of members or teams of enemies at one fell swoop. And this adds like a whole nother like element of combat. It really does. With items, you can basically kind of stand over them like this. Yeah, I was only able to pick up. Oh no, I was able to pick up all 4 of them, so that's good. But the old bad part with items is that when you pick them up, your move is drastically reduced, and you pretty much have to end your turn. You can use an item or a special move, but we really don't have any items worth using or special moves worth using.
Paulette!
It's over 9,000! Yeah, I had to do that. I just went there. These monsters don't stand a chance now! So that's basically how that works, and you can totally destroy whole enemies at once. It makes battle much easier and smoother. That way we can make a joint attack. And yeah, the amount of combos you can get in this game is really crazy. Like, you could just stack a whole bunch of them if you have multiple characters. And that's basically how that works. Now Paulette has her own little thing. And yeah. And we're pretty high up on our experience bar, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's see if we can. Oh yeah, baby!
Come on!
Prepare yourself!
I'm getting stronger.
Kinky. Get back in the kitchen. Alright.
How's that?
There we go. See, now we're able to dodge them a little bit easier. Well, I don't know about Karg there, but oh, Karg counterattacked, so that's cool.
That all you got?
Yeah, we might have to do some healing in a bit.
Die!
I'm a little bit too busy explaining it to you guys rather than actually concentrating and making this a serious battle. Yeah, but the thing I really liked about Karg is that his counter is really high, so that's pretty nice. It would probably be better. Let's see if we can. I don't know. I don't think we're able to. Nah. Alright, we'll just finish off this squirrel.
We need to
And I'll just show you how this works. Yeah, that squirrel is dead. Okay, so... Oh, now I'm able to hit them, but Karg's out of the way. Oh, well, she did a critical hit. That works. I do believe... Oh, shit. Okay. Karg, don't hit this one, please. Okay, good, because we want to pick up these spirit stones.
It's ours.
Alright, we'll just move Karg out of the way. And Karg's a little bit on the weak side, so we'll just leave him the way he is. Actually, if we have an item, no. Item. We can use healing herb. And healing herbs obviously heal HP. And then we can just pick up these spirit stones. And items are primarily found on the battlefield, so you really want to pick up these items during these battles, because you can find a whole bunch in treasure chests outside of battle, but you can really find so much more on the battlefield. And also, I don't know if I said this already, but the higher your TNS meter, you seem to make critical hits more often, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, I think I already said that before, so there we go. You could really fight! Alright, I think I'll just end the episode right now, because it's already 20 minutes. This is a Loyal Gamer signing off, and I will see you guys next time for more Caped Old Man. Later, people.